All right, let's see. Let's go. Let's get straight into it. I don't know if I'm gonna like upload this to YouTube or not, but I would implore you to go take a look at my Inside the Mind of Rage video about Gunrunner Hardpoint, because I talk about basically breaks, setups, rotations on everything. I'll probably go through a quick a little bit on this as well. I don't actually have a picture up. I might be able to pull it up in a little bit. We'll see if it's necessary. But anyways, so I'm just gonna be going over. This is a game before I started talking in lobbies, which was good because I would have gotten my first impressions of everything in the lobby. But we're just gonna have to go off of it. Um, I'm going to be breaking it down a little bit deeper, but again, there are like things that I didn't know exactly what I wanted to focus on while I was codcasting right away. I haven't been of like a full-time real coach in a while. Not just in a while. It's like the first time I've really used this codcaster too. So I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do anyways, but this is good. You want to hold left side because their smartest move should be to push straight through left side and try and get control of P2. Obviously, so you want to push crates because that'll be the first thing that they try and do. Let me actually bring this up bigger if it'll let me. That'd be sick, please. Okay, what the fuck is happening right now? Hold on, pause. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's bring it back just a little bit. So you guys are, 1 through 5. They're obviously 6 through 0. So there's 7 snuck through. I think they got to spawn coal, which is pretty normal. So 7 snuck through, straight through. That's always something you want to. You can't really like devote a shit ton of resources there, but it's always something you want to keep in mind when you're playing. You're playing a very good position, Orcos. I think this is very important to have, especially during this. But everybody's got to be mindful. If you haven't taken a gunfight in a while, that means you can basically call out that they're not coming this side, right? And especially on these 3-lane maps, you only have 3 lanes to worry about. So for the guys who are sitting P2, this is just a big thing in comms. You got to make sure that you're always talking, and it's got to be good, good communication. I remember listening to an S&D the other day from you guys that I wasn't, in the lobby, but I watched the live stream, and I didn't really hear much talking. It wasn't very good talking as it was. I'd never heard your comms because I was in Codcaster, but you want some good communication going. Like, hey, if it's necessary, you want to talk about where you spawn because that's pretty big in hardpoint. Knowing where you spawn. Obviously, this is stuff you guys know. It's just being reiterated to you. You just need to, make sure that's there. Make sure it's crisp. So this is a good position. Good hold. They're just gonna be flooding through you. You haven't seen anybody come this way. I don't know why you backtracked necessarily. I don't know if it was a call you got from somebody else. The first thing I really noticed is that, like, my first point that I remember talking to myself about in a few different uploads is, yeah, white obliterates, right? It's obvious. White's nasty. But white plays very aggressive with an AR. And as a main AR, you're usually anchoring, so this is a conflict of interest here. Something you guys may want to talk about. I know white is pretty nasty on a sub too. Maybe you want to think about transitioning, or you got to learn to slow it down and play for spawns a little bit more. That's just my idea. I know on Azir Cave, the 2 AR setup worked really well for you guys, and it was pretty nasty, and you had one slower AR, and then white was just allowed to go wreak havoc, and it worked super well. I don't know, that's just something you can talk about, you can think about, because I see, like, sometimes you guys will get flipped because of that. I don't know. It doesn't have to be the AR that plays spawns either, which is another thing that I wanted to talk about, a thing that I feel like happens with a lot of league teams, like higher up. They have one route man, right, that just runs. Envoy used to do it for Huntsman. He's the most notorious guy. He'll just he'll run like 14 seconds, right? But obviously not this hill because it's just a quick rotation to P2. But say P2 to P3, he's, you know, he spawns up, he's gone. Like 20, 30 seconds left. He spawns up, he's gone. Um, they clear him out, and then they notice that there's not, another person coming. He's finding that gap. He transitions through crates, through green. He finds his way into white, and then back up into coal. Like, he just runs routes when he has to, and he gets those spawns. He just wins those one-on-ones, one-on-twos. He just does it. So and Pristini's kind of been doing the same thing for them. But anyways, that's just something you want to think about. Doesn't have to be the AR who plays spawns, but somebody's got to. Squad spawning is a little fucked in this game, obviously, but they're just talking points, things to think about, things that you may want to implement, things that might get you better results. I don't know. You guys have been pretty frying, though, so. Alright, let's see. You guys are on the outside, so obviously the call-out's coming from this guy. You gotta play focus. You gotta play together. I don't know. It's kind of hard. I later started just watching the mini map, which is so much smarter, I think, because it doesn't really matter the skill. Like, I don't need to see it. But anyways, you should play focused. I mean, there's one idea that, like, maybe you send 2 front, 3 to the side, and try and push out the back, or like 2 side, kill this guy, trade it, then immediately fly to the back or fly to one of the side doors or something. I don't know. That's schematics. Alright. Okay, no, nothing here, nothing here. You guys are just winning gunfights. It's a good play. Play the back. Playing a little fast, obviously, but that's just timing. I didn't really know what I wanted to watch for early on. This was one of the first scrims that I watched you guys play. This is good, though. Rotating. Catch him off rotation. I don't know what that was. Who was it? Spawny? Forgive me if I say your name wrong, too, by the way. Maybe just missed that right here. Yeah, it was bad time. Okay, it was just bad timing. I mean, the turn there was a little questionable, I guess. I don't blame you for it, because I would have done the same thing. You were trying to help him out. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough call. Like, I guess he would have taken white saying don't turn. I bet he would have had to have known you were there. And then you just play this. You hop on this there's a little box there. I think you can hop up on. You play that corner. Just wait. You just play Sneaky Beaver and shoot them both in the back. Trigger discipline. You didn't know they were coming though. Probably heard them, their footsteps. But anyways, it's just little things. Does White hop up there and get? Yeah, he does. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. I'm always scared in this game that there are going to be spawned. Like, the same thing that happened, there was an Azir cave that you guys had where there was just random ass spawn. Like, I'm always scared that there's going to be a random spawn. And you always kind of want to try and protect against that, but what are you going to do? I don't know what happened to Orcos. Was Orcos soaking time before? No. Orcos died and then spawned crates? Okay, that's weird. I guess that's something you would want to communicate, but I don't really understand that at all. It's just little things. You hear it with all like the previous Halo pros, turn COD pros. They're always over communicating, but like the right things. It's a good spot. I personally always like the Cole Stronghold. You know, where you send 2 front coal, 1 hill, soaking time, and then 2 in the back. This was first match of the day too, I think. It was shortly after this that I realized that I wanted to start watching Sean when the next round of scrims came. Let's see. White picks up a huge 3-piece on hill. Try to play life. See, but ARs, the reason why I kept saying this is I think ARs need to be in a very specific, like, strong power position. I don't think that it's wrong to play hill. I think there are ARs who play hill successfully, and I guess that's, like I said, that's up to you guys, but I think there needs to be, at least at that point, one AR who plays, personally in my opinion, one AR that plays anchor, but and then you can let one AR just go to fucking work. You would lose some, mobility and versatility there, though. So what is this, 11 seconds now? They're already running. You guys gotta be able to fly on the map. So what did you get? Like, they go 5 down, right? 5 down, 20 seconds. You gotta realize the situation. Somebody's gotta. I know you guys have. I've heard a lot of good random things, here and there. You guys, somebody's gotta just say, okay, just fucking send it. We're up 20. There's 20 seconds left. We just won gunfights all over here. Where we're positioned, they shouldn't really get spawns anywhere here. Or, like, here. And even if they do, I mean, green is a good position to hold, and I guess this is a good one, but I'd say, like, they're probably going to come from this side of the map. And if they're dumb enough to rotate through here, fuck it, you got 2 here. So just say, like, or you got at least 1 more here. So, just fly to next. Or fly up here is what I mean. Because this is almost always, like, when you have position here and here, this is almost always where they're going to be coming from. And while Orcos was set up, I don't know, it's hard to say that they're not all going to come from here. They almost always will. At least from what the spawns that I've seen, they almost always do come through here as almost like an entire team, and then they break off, around this little area right here. So, and Sean was about to soak hill, so. But then he had to go play this and lose the gunfight, which is fair. Like, that's not a big deal. But then there was just through that, there was, like, slow, like, it was slow, like, I don't know. These are all just things to think about. Like I said, that was a good stun. You gotta be there for the immediate, like, you gotta, teammate goes down, you jump back in, yeah. I don't know. That should have been a trade, but it's no big deal. Okay, so I actually did talk. Okay, this will be interesting to listen to. See what my first reactions are. Yeah, I say that a lot. Let's see, where are we stacked? 1 in B room boilers, 1 coming down this alley. Did you 4 might have heard White. I don't know if you heard his footsteps, but fuck it. And then ABC Sean, he just died. So when I said that you should be on rotation, it doesn't really actually mean anything because it just rotates to P1. So like yeah, exactly. It means absolutely nothing. Good try. Yeah, I could have held the pre-fire. Yeah, that shit's... You're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some. 50-50 gunfights, honestly. Spreading vision, making sure everybody's watching something different. This is pretty good if you... Because what happened? So here, White dies. and they're like pushing for P2. They were thinking a hill ahead, which is smart, but at the same time, it's just got to be a coordination here. Like, if you see it, you see it, but like there's just got to be a little bit better coordination here. Maybe 3 picks up you. I don't know. Okay, so Spawny turned around and picked up you, which is fair. And then you guys are going to pick up spawn or try and push out spawns, which is really good. Where did white spawn? Did white wait, hold on, I just missed that. Did white just spawn there? Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's gifted. So here you should slow it down. Try and... Yeah, that's good. Get the spawns. Clear out. Just try and clear out. P1 is so scrappy, obviously. Just making sure you play together, that's all. Okay. I'm just trying to think of like this whole like transition time of like looking at the same shit, you know. I mean, obviously you can't tell exactly what your teammates looking at, but like going the same way, you know, it's just kind of like wasted movement in a sense. It's just cleaning up little things. That's almost an unnecessary gunfight to take too. Like, I mean, you didn't know that this guy was here. He just got gunned, I think, by Ace. But like the chances of you giving him a better spawn and even winning that off of like the heady, and I don't know, it's almost unnecessary. That's just nitpicking though. Okay, I like this position. I like this, but at the same time, it's almost like redundant to have 4 here and 3 in the back here. Also, interesting that you chose to play out here instead of at the window. I guess it makes sense because most people look for the window, but I don't know if it's easy to see from steel steps. I'm not sure. This is just a redundant, like, you're both kind of playing for the same idea, but like you have no impact unless they're already there, but white can tell you that they're not. So this is almost unnecessary except to block spawns, maybe, I don't know. And there's also like the fact that maybe you were doing something, I have no idea. If that's something you could tell me, and I would totally believe you, I understand, but just, yeah. White's legit, white's legit. Why did Sean rotate this? So he pushes this entirety. Push this entirely all the way up. For some, like, I get the pushing of this. Was it to come back and help fend it off? Okay, so he didn't rotate all the way, but he turned back at the last second to pick up that kill. Good hearing, I'm guessing. Spawny's got a great spot though. It's just weird because like you're just crossing over vision, you know. Like, hold this position, you know. You have a good position here. You can hold it, I think, unless somebody goes down here. But you got 1, 3, 4. You know, they've got this kind of side locked down. I mean, white could obviously hop in the window. Ace has got this mid alley for sure, and then he can like crouch and look back this way, or turn through the box, look back this way. Spawny's got the door. Like, you can just hold this, you know. That's all. Just don't get impatient. To be fair, though, if you didn't push that, then well, Spawny might have like picked him up in the ass, like shot him in the ass. Who knows? But like you going there left Spawny to get the trade, which was good. Losing the one-on-one, that's fine. It's just gonna happen. Now they're collapsing here, which is one thing that they will do. You got a interesting spawn here. 42 seconds this spawn here. Yeah, you definitely want to continue to fight for this hill. Now you're getting like lateral spawns where you're spawning opposite sides of the same hard point instead of one in the back, one in the front. No way to really know about that though. I don't know, you guys don't have like a real issue with anything that's glaring right now. Maybe just comms from what I heard, but I don't listen to comms that much, or I wasn't able to listen to comms that much. I like what Orcos is doing here. Fucking send it. We're up. We can lose this. We can lose this to to get this, as long as you can really lock it down and hold it. Because what do we have here? We still have Ace who can play spoiler, who's just going for, I don't know what that play was, but I don't know. Anyways, Spawny just playing the front run? I think he is. Yeah, because I'm watching Spawny, so. But what was this? So this is big. This is great setup. I can respect this. I like this. You don't need two out here necessarily. But, anyways. Ace spawns here, which is a weird fucking spawn as it is. I think it's because it's like spawning out of this. So it's not really that weird, but it's just, it's kind of weird because it's fucking mid-map. Anyways. Why are you pushing this? Hold on. So you push through. Did you push? Okay, you push back. Were you going for the flank? Is that what the idea was? If so, that's interesting. I don't hate it. It's just kind of like, I don't know. You were giving yourself such a cushion on the hard point that you gave them the almost opportunity to spawn up back here. I don't know if that's what happened. I forget. It was a really fucking tough gunfight. Now it's here. Here's where, you know, your smoke comes huge. I guess I could have seen like the split happening a little bit. White's fighting a little early. I mean, he's AR, so it makes sense. But like, if there's a sub here, you want to wait for your teammates, play together. You guys want to play together as much as possible. Your biggest fucking thing would be waiting for the smoke to get up here and then smoke this out, or go from mid-map and smoke this out and play with two people. Somebody cut through boiler rooms, or a couple of you cut through boiler rooms if you can make it. Clear this out and then meet up with him as he's routing here. You can smoke off this, push for spawns, and then push back up. I don't know. It's a long-winded one, but you still got 51 seconds. You can play slow. I know you just got broken off of when giving up this hill, which sucks. Don't want that to happen, but it happened. You got to take a deep breath and accept it, and then, you know, figure out how to break back. What? That's a bit of a short. Okay, so maybe the short smoke came in because you knew there was trophies down there, I'm guessing. I don't know, you gotta find a way to get that closer for sure. Where did Orcos lose that gunfight from? Oh, this guy right here. No. Oh, 7. Yeah, I don't. I guess I rescind that. There's only so many spots you can play with an AR breaking this hill. I think it would actually. No. I think it would actually be more advantageous for the AR to be down this way because this is a tougher gunfight for subs to win. I think. Because there's a lot of head glitchiness and all that shit. I think ARs have a much higher percentage of winning the Cole. So I would have liked that better, but let's see. You probably spawned up close to here. Yeah, you spawn up here. I don't know. There's an easy transition to be made here. It's here or there that it's wasted movement, I suppose. I mean, it actually is an interesting idea too. If you guys were able to coordinate this push out, get into the hill, and hold it from there, and then you have your AR down here in green, then that's one thing. Because like this vision right here is ridiculous. Somebody can come from this blind spot, but fuck, dude, if they're spawning there and pushing right into your line of sight and you're fucking mowing them down, that'd be insane. That's actually one thing to think about, I suppose. That's one way to break it. You just got to be, on point with each other, telling each other what we should be going for. Like knowing where the enemies are. When you get into bigger teams, bigger matchups, people you see a lot more, you can call out by name where they are, and then you have to keep track in your mind. You always have to keep track in your mind as a player where everybody is on the map. Not just yourself, not just the person you're in a gunfight with. You got to be mentally thinking about where everybody is, where everybody should be going, where you can expect people. That's all S&D is. Now, Zero on the enemy team was gifting all night. You'll see that in the next video. Zero was fucking gifting all night. He's trash. Maybe he just had an off series. Who knows? I don't know about that transition. I don't know what the point of that was, but I was saying the same thing, yeah, last night. I hope you can hear it, because I think this is good. What did I say? Catch what guy? What was that? Oh. Okay, wait, what happened? Okay, so I didn't see it while I was watching it live, but this 6 guy, he runs the route, right? We're trying to transition through here. He waits. Everybody's transitioning to, what, P4? He runs the route through Cole. He wins a gunfight. He wins the gunfight here. Orcos is trying to track him down. He finds a spot, plays it slow. Where was the communication? Did somebody tell Orcos that he was somewhere here? He should be looking for this off spawn because he's going to be there to slay you in the ass. If not, which is exactly what happens. Makes a smart play. It's a super smart play. He gets 2 more. One-on-one gunfights you can lose. Getting shot in the ass, that if you can cut that down as much as possible, obviously, because then now it's just longer. He's just taking away time. That's route man, right? That's what I think. You guys have a very good potential of being able to do. Find somebody that you want to do that, and just run and be a fucking thorn in the side. That's Zuma. That's Envoy. That's just watch those kind of people. You know, they find a way to do it. Pristini does a little bit. You just find a way. Find a way to be fucking annoying. So this was an interesting spot too. I realized I haven't really watched it like this before. I liked seeing some things. I like taking things. Winning is one thing, losing is another. You know, you can take things from both sides of the equation. What did we do? What did we do right? What did we do wrong? Even if we won, what did they do well throughout it? This was a fucking awesome spot, I thought. While it's tradeless on hill, and this is usually I think this is a pretty well contested hill. I kind of liked this position if you have, you know, good, like, I don't know, it's hard to say. In situations, this could come in such handy, but like right now they don't have anything, so he should be transitioning over. But that's something to keep in mind. That's an interesting spot. Orcos is making a smart play. He sees it. Route man. This is what I like. I like to watch that. 30 seconds left. You're already thinking about the next one. As you should be. They don't know. They have no idea. And you gotta be able to trust your teammates to win gunfights, otherwise what are you teaming with them for, you know? Not saying, like, I'm not throwing shade, I mean, like, just everybody. You have to be able to trust your teammates. Good or bad, you have to trust them to, like, they're your teammates for a reason, you know? So he expects you guys and knows that you guys are great, so he just fucking sends it off. Any sub can do this. You just have to talk about it, communicate. I like Orcos in that role, though, but... It was what I should have said is this is kind of unnecessary, right? You win that gunfight. Fair. This is kind of ego challenging, though. I understand throwing yourself at the hill with 13 seconds left, like, teammates are rotating, I'll probably get a good spawn. I think, at least. Kind of scattered, honestly. I don't know. Well, actually, no. Prisms is right here. Was he top? He must have been top. Yeah, because he probably falls down right there. What happens with one here? Oh, that was him right there. And then he wins the gunfight. Okay. Okay. In hindsight, that actually wasn't a bad challenge because you distracted him and then were able to give away the position so Ace could pick it up and get those last scrap. I like it a lot more now that I see the totality of it. So, Orcos was doing well playing slow, but he was playing a little too slow, I think, if I remember. Yeah, so your teammates lose, like, you play this position in order to wait for your teammates to win a couple gunfights, right? And then the enemy team will shift their vision. You know, maybe you guys win one gunfight here. This guy like turns here. You can come in and like try to figure it out. You can get mobile, come out here, like find a way to shoot this guy or something. You can look for people around front a little bit by playing this. It's just you spend a lot of time back here, right? Which is fine, but eventually you can't just wait for your teammates to win gunfights if they're not winning them yet. So, say that like they never win this, you have to create the disruption for these guys on the outside to have to turn around, and then you give your teammates an opportunity to win a gunfight. You know, say you kill this guy, you're in hill. This guy turns, two flood him, get that. Then they flood through hill, and then you got the lateral spawns, and you're just shooting straight across, like playing a much better position than if they're set up 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, they got this kind of locked down a little bit. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing, but you get what I'm saying. Say white was actually like top mid, P1, and then 7 was on the heady. Then they got that shit locked down in a sense. But then you guys go 5 down. So when that happens, this is a little bit fast of a play, I guess. Yeah, like it's not bad on you because you don't know how many people are in here. If you just throw your life away, you're kind of wasting a good play. But at the same time, like you're getting down by 43, so you kind of got to start making plays. You can't just keep giving them time. Which you do, you win 1. Cast a curse. Even the contest is huge. Yeah, it sucked. You guys had to fight for that. Gotta fly. Yeah, even at that point, I guess it would have come down to seconds. I think this game comes down to seconds, but sometimes it's easier if he's just toying with you, keeping your attention, just to give it up. So yeah, now that you know you're gonna have to, they can win off this hill, but you can't. You're gonna have to string this. So you gotta keep like 3 here, right? But you gotta be able to send like 1 or 2 to next to try and clear out and get spawns. You just have to play a little bit more in advanced in this situation, which you guys are trying to do. So now you're two in there, I think. 2 in bathrooms, right? Yeah. So the situation was a little rough actually. Because you got 1 I mean, I think you knew about the guy Rocks, I'm guessing. I don't know. Generally, it's hard to say because it played out well, if I remember correctly. But to win this, you would have wanted to have pushed this out together. I don't know. You still have 30 seconds to make this play, so you guys are getting collapsed on, losing gunfights. Yeah, this is what I originally was thinking was this spawn is so deep that whoever gets closer, as long as there's no enemies around and they're just if the enemies are trying to rotate for next, right? And they're not fighting, whoever's here should just say push. Like from P1, they should just say find a way, push. If there's somebody else, like link up and try and push it out together, or wait for us. I don't know what happened, so let me figure this out. But okay, so either you want to say this was more in 4v4, I guess, not 5v5, so maybe I should shut my mouth. But At least in 4v4, when somebody spawns that deep and somebody else spawns here, you say, like, whoever's in hill, like, push up a little bit. When we get closer, we're going to soak hill. We'll jump right in. We might lose a second or two, but you'll get a better position, more information. I still think it's worth it in this, but I don't remember how many seconds this comes down to, so we'll be interested. But you have to know that nobody's going to sneak in, and which it seems like they weren't. They were just setting up. This is what I'm trying to make the case for, is that whole situation itself. All right, let's listen to what I said there, because I actually think I said it pretty well there, better. This was before I knew Sean was running smoke. I started watching him a lot more. Yeah, I wasn't able to look. I don't remember what happened, honestly. So look at what they sent too. They won gunfights all around, and they were sending one in the back. So you always just gotta be careful on all this shit. That's a huge 1-on-1 from Spawny. I figured this might be another rotation somehow. You are dangerously close to not being able to win off this. I think you aren't. You don't get tick off this. Yeah, you guys didn't end up winning this. It actually didn't come down to seconds. But let's see what they did here. Just a couple of last notes. So while I was talking about sending somebody and trusting teammates and whatnot, it actually doesn't come to matter because you didn't see it next hill. I mean, you would have lost one way or another if it happened on rotation. Prism's actually hit. He was gifting kills the entire match, but he gets two of the biggest last ones, I guess. Where did he start out though? Okay. This was unnecessary, it looks like. You guys are pushing the same thing that makes sense, but then you guys kind of like stop at the same spot. I would have rather seen White play the window and then Ace try and jump in just because of the weaponry. But like, the nade fucked you up and then he hit a pretty solid flank. Sixes on rotation. You guys just kind of got cucked. Earlier on, I would have sent, if you get this spawn, I would have sent somebody front to try and clear this out and then fight. And somebody, you just gotta like layer your stacks. You know, you can't all fight the exact same position. I know it's the closest one, but it's just... You guys almost did it. I think you guys got broke though, if I remember correctly. Anyways, that's review number 1. Anything you guys want to talk about, let me know.